I know, I'm late. I'm sorry. Let's get this done. Okay, finally back. So, what's going on, everyone? It is me, Wyatt the Scarecrow here. One more thing. Had to get my bottle because, gotta stay hydrated. But, welcome back to another video. And obviously, as you saw by this title and thumbnail of this video, I am finally talking about the new Lowe's leaks. Now, I know I already made a video about it, but we have even more to talk about. And I know this was from, like, what? 3-4 days ago now. I don't really know how long it's been. It's been a couple days since all this was out, and I know I'm so sorry. I am super late. I had so many family stuff to deal with, and I had a loss in the family, so I'm sorry. I had to step back for just a second because I just needed time to just take a breather, I guess you could say. Hopefully you guys can understand that. I know I haven't made a video about Morris, and that one is way overdue than this one. So I am sorry about that. I might start filming the video for Morris after I'm done shooting this video. So again, I am so brutally sorry for being so late. So real quick, I do want to say this last batch that we have, which I think is the last batch of Lowe's leaks that we have. I mean, obviously we have probably other like tabletops and smaller items, but animatronic wise, I think this is about it, which I will say, combine this with the other parts that we got, this is going to be a pretty lit lineup. In my opinion, I think Lowe's lineup is actually looking pretty darn sweet. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. But now let's go ahead and dive right in. So first things first, I am talking about probably one of my favorites from this batch. I have a few favorites out of this batch. I actually have a lot of favorites out of this. And one of them is this dude right here. This is a 12-foot pumpkin monster. I don't really know the name of him. With some of these, I don't really know the name of. But this is a 12-footer, another 12-foot prop. This one, to go with the 15-foot watcher, that it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be so freaking cool. But this guy is 12 feet tall, and apparently what I've heard is that he's gonna rise. Like, I don't know if he's gonna be standing at 12 feet tall and rising up, or if he's gonna rise up to 12 feet tall. I'm not really sure. The way that this guy looks is like so crazy though. Like, I don't know what it is. He's just like, he looks so freaking cool. I love like the roots, like tree thing that they're doing with like these harvest props, like especially with like these pumpkin like monster scarecrow props. I love it when they like incorporate these like roots or like branch like tree things on them, whatever the heck you want to call them. I really do like how they add it on these type of props because I don't know what it is. It looks so freaking cool. And as you can see on his like neck area, or like sort of like on his shoulders, he has like that tree look to it, and same goes with his hands and on his feet as well. But I am really looking forward to see what this guy is going to do like in action. Now, with some of these, we do have videos. This guy we unfortunately do not have a video of, but I am really looking forward to see what he's going to do when he's in action, because rising up to like either 12 feet tall or rising when he is already at 12 feet, maybe he'll rise up to 15 feet. I'm not really sure. Days later, we still don't even have any other information about this guy, which kind of sucks, but later down the road, obviously, we'll get more. So that was him, and his price tag is $400, which, I mean, I'm not surprised because it's a Lowe's 12-footer for crying out loud, so it's gonna be $400. But honestly, him rising up, I don't know if that's like the only thing he'll be doing, but I would say that would be pretty darn worth it. $400 for a rising 12-footer is crazy. Now, another cool thing about this, moving on to the next props, by the way. Yeah, I said props because I'm talking about two. We have a, I guess you could say duo, and apparently I think these are going to go along with this 12-foot pumpkin. And we have these two 3-foot pumpkin monsters, or whatever the heck they are. These two, I'm not making any promises, but these two are on my pickup list. I really want to get these. Now, I heard that they're $130 each, or $100 each, which I will say a little bit too much because they're probably just going to be like this big. But again, it depends when I see them in person. But as you can see, they literally have the same like look and style to the 12-foot pumpkin that I just talked about. So that's actually pretty cool. They're just like little minions of him, I guess, and I really like that. So two of them, the two have like different animations. The one has his jaw dropping, and the other one, he's like lifting his head up, and as you can see, there's like pumpkin guts coming at the bottom of his head. And then the one like with the jaw dropping, you can see the pumpkin guts on the inside, which I will say I like these. I really freaking like these. I don't know what it is, but I like them. These I really do want to get this year. I'm not saying 100% because I don't want to make any broken promises, but these two are on my list for this year for Lowe's. I really like them. I don't know what it is. I like them a lot. Moving on to other 3-foot characters, we have a reskin of the party skeleton from last year. Now, the party skeleton is actually a prop that I was planning on getting, but I decided to not get him because, first of all, I didn't know where I was going to put him. Second of all, he was a little bit expensive for what he was. I mean, he was big, but he was like 3 feet tall, and he was a little bit bigger than I thought, but I was like, I mean, $100, that's just, I don't know. I would have gotten him if he was like either 70 or 80, just like with the Wrapping Reaper. The reason why I wanted to get him in the first place was because I wanted to display him with my Wrapping Reaper, but I didn't know where I wanted to put my Wrapping Reaper, so I ended up not getting him. I haven't put my Wrapping Reaper in any of my haunts or any of my displays or whatever, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I'm not gonna get rid of them because I love them so much, but I just don't know what I'm gonna do with them, man. I mean, have them somewhere in my house maybe, I don't really know. But this is just a rocker version of that skeleton. That was the party skeleton. This is like a rocker skeleton. As you can see, he's doing the rock signals, or I said signals, symbols, or like, hey, whatever hand gesture, I don't really know. He has a fanny pack on, which I find kind of funny. And the lights, I think, are a little bit different. I think the other ones on the party one were like yellow. This one's like a pink and blue, which I really do like the colors on this one. Definitely one I won't be picking up, but it is pretty cool. And we have a dancing mummy. So literally, like, same thing with this guy, like he dances around, but we have a mummy version, which I think this is just also a reskin of the dancing ghost that we got. Like, there was like last year, obviously we had the party skeleton, we had a dancing ghost, and now we have a reskin of the party skeleton, and we have, I guess, a reskin of the ghost, which is now a mummy. It's okay. I mean, obviously it's the family friendly side of things, so not gonna go ballistic over it, but I mean, it's pretty cool. It's all right for what it is. And we have a neon party dog, skeleton party dog. I like this one too. I really do like it. This one I feel like would go more with the party skeleton from last year because of the way the lights are on the eyes, because they match the one from last year. Not so much with the one for this year, but I will say it is pretty decent. It is pretty decent. And I will say for the prices with these, for the mummy and the skeleton, they're probably $100, just like how the party skeleton and the dancing ghost were last year. And the dog, maybe 90 or 100. I'm not really sure. I don't really know how big the dog is, but I guess we'll just find out like at some later point. Now, moving on to other 3-footers, but these ones are actually pretty darn cool, but questionable prices to say the least. We have a 3-foot skeleton, a 3-foot werewolf, and a 2-foot or 3-foot dragon. So let me break these down a little bit. These are all 3 feet tall, but when I first saw these, they looked like life-size props. But all I gotta say is the detail on all 3 of these is fantastic. Like, these look freaking amazing, like especially on the werewolf. Like, the detail on him is amazing. Like, for detail wise, the werewolf has to be my favorite, but just overall the skeleton has to be my favorite. But I really am in love with the detail that they put on this like zombie werewolf prop. Now, I will say these are static, but they do light up, well, only in the eyes, and they make sound, but they're only 3 feet tall. Now, these are pretty darn cool. I freaking love these so much. I don't know what it is. They're just so freaking cool. They are so freaking cool. But I said questionable prices. So the skeleton and the werewolf, they're both $100 when they're literally the size of this. This is the mini Worry Crow from Home Depot. Literally, they are like this. Like, can't really get it all in frame. They're literally probably that big. And this guy was like $40 freaking dollars. These are being sold for $100. What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? I don't know how like wide or proportion they are, because I know they are 3 feet tall, but I'm just thinking like maybe their proportions are big. Maybe they're bigger than what I'm thinking. I'm not really sure. I don't really know. But the dragon, on the other hand, he's $100 more. The freaking dragon is $200. As you can see, I'm looking at it right now, $198.85. So that's practically $200. The prices on these are kind of weird. I only have a screenshot of like the actual like prices of these props from like the actual website. numbers are kind of weird for some reason. Like on the 15-foot watcher, I saw his price on like Lowe's website. He was like $428.76 or something, which basically just rounds it up to like $430. But I don't know, the prices were just kind of weird. But this is $200, this dragon, which again, it could be big, even though it's like what, either 2 or 3 feet tall. That's not big at all. But maybe the width, I'm not really sure. Maybe it depends on how wide it is. I'm not really sure. It could go like with the werewolf and the skeleton too. Like it depends on like their width, I guess, not like the height, but just the width. I don't know. They're cool. Definitely planning on not getting them. It would be cool if like, I don't know, if they were like $40, and yeah, maybe I would have gotten these, and maybe I could have put them outside of my haunt or on my outside haunt. But I don't know. It's just, they're a little bit expensive. I don't really know what it is, but I mean, if you can use them with a discount, then I guess they'll be worth it. I don't know. This is just the props that I have to see in person to like see how I fully feel about them. I mean, I know how I fully feel about them because they look gnarly and sick, but I am just not really sure if they're really worth that price. I mean, again, depends if I just got to see them in person. That's all I gotta say. Now moving on to another 3-footer. I'm just getting this one right out the way. Obviously there's gonna be like one more, but this one I'm not gonna go too crazy about. It's like this doll girl thing, which I don't really care about. I mean, I like the umbrella that she's holding. I really like the classic pumpkin thing that she's holding, like the umbrella. It's pretty cool. Don't know what it does. Don't really care. Not really my type of prop, but it's all right. I heard it's like $130, which that's how much like all the other like 3-foot props are. So I mean, it's mid. I don't know. But moving on to a actual other life-size prop, sorta, we have this swinging clown, which we do have a video of. So this one, when I first saw it, I was like, okay, it's okay. But then later down the road, when I kept seeing him a few times in other videos, I was thinking like, hey, this is actually sort of cool. So I don't really know the actual name of this guy. He's just a swinging clown because obviously that's what he is. But the cool thing about this guy, the one thing I really do like about him is that the stand that he's swinging on, it's shown in the video, and I was thinking, oh, maybe it's just used for like demonstration, but no. In his stock photos, you can see him on the swing with like this post thing he comes with. So that made me realize the post he's on, he actually comes with that, which is actually freaking cool. Like, honestly, that should be explored more with some other swinging props. Like, he comes with his own thing, so you don't have to like hang him up on like your ceiling or a tree or something. It's cool that he actually came with this. Like, that's cool. He actually comes with like this whole thing, which I really do like. I really like that they did that. And one little cool thing I like about him is the little detail that he has on his shoes at the bottom of his feet. I don't know if you can see it, but it says ha 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 at the bottom of his feet, which I think is a pretty neat detail. The way the clown looks, I would say he looks sort of scary. He has like really like bright colors, which is like, you know, kind of average for a clown, but he's all right, I will say. So definitely a pretty cool one, and he's only $150, which honestly I don't even think that's bad. I don't know how tall he is. I think he's what, I don't really know. I didn't really get the height, but he doesn't really like look that small, so I would say that's actually a decent price. I almost said decent. That's a decent price. So yeah, there he was. Moving on to another cool prop, and it's this guy, a skeleton ice cream dude, or whatever the heck he's called. That's not his actual name, but it's a skeleton ice cream man, or an ice cream skeleton dude. I don't really know. I don't know what to call him, but he's pushing around an ice cream cart, and there's a clown that pops up from the inside. That is cool. Now, obviously, he's not walking around with it, but obviously that's just the concept of him. This thing looks sick. I really do like it. A lot of people don't really like it because the ice cream man is a skeleton. He's just a basic skeleton, nothing really crazy with him, but I honestly like it that it's just a skeleton. Now, one thing that was sort of a turnoff with me was the way the clown looked inside the ice cream thing, or whatever the heck it's called. I'm not really thinking clearly, but I was thinking that he looked kind of I mean, if you look at the clown's face close up, it looks scary, but it's just, I don't really know. Like, for a second, I was like, I don't really like the way the clown looks. But then more and more over time, it just kind of grew on me. I was like, all right, I think it's a pretty decent clown face. But the execution of this thing is amazing. Now, one weird thing that people thought was weird, was if you look at the side image of him, you can see the skeleton does not have any feet. He doesn't have any legs, I should be saying. Which honestly, I don't really mind. That makes him look even more cooler in my opinion, because the cool thing is, what I'm probably thinking of what they were going for was that it's like a ghost skeleton or a ghost skeleton ice cream vendor, like, who's just pushing around the cart. So it could be like a skeleton ghost. I think that's what they were going for. Maybe they weren't, but I'm not really sure. But in my opinion, I think that's what they were going for, which I think that is freaking amazing. That is actually pretty darn cool. And I really just love the overall look of this animatronic. It looks sick, and I cannot wait to see this thing in person. I just know for a fact that this one is going to be just a fan favorite this year because it looks so freaking cool. I love the way, just everything about it just looks so freaking cool. The price is $270, or it does round up to $270, which I will say that's a little much because, well, I mean, sorta. I mean, the skeleton's head just turns and then the clown pops up. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 200 would have just been fine, but 270, close to 300, that's just, I don't know, it's a little bit pushing it. I don't really know. But it's all right. It's all right. Oh, it dripped on me. You gotta be kidding me, bro. I screwed this on tight. Oh, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to continue the video all wet. Oh gosh, sorry about that. But moving on to the next animatronic, we have the handstanding clown. No, I'm not talking about the handstanding clown that we've seen in previous years with the bowling pins. No, this is low-key a little bit better in my opinion. We have another handstanding clown, and this is what he looks like. When I first saw this image, I was like, what the heck is even going on here? So as you can see, he's handstanding. He's not on bowling pins. His hands are actually like flesh flat on the ground. And his feet are gripped on the side of his head, and he's ripping his head off. And as you can see, there's like a slinky thing coming at the bottom of his head. Okay, again, I was like, what the heck is this? Now, hear me out. I'm just saying right now, even though we haven't seen any other clown from any other place like Home Depot, Spirit, yada, 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 this might just be my favorite clown of the year. I will say, this, I'm losing my voice, oh my gosh. This is amazing. We don't have a video of this, unfortunately, which kind of sucks, but I can just already tell that this is going to be peak. Hopefully, what I'm thinking is that it's a jump scare prop, like where obviously you can see the feet are grabbing the head. I'm hoping it like rips the head off in like a very like quick and violent like motion. I don't know if it's gonna like slowly do it, but from the way that this image looks, I can tell maybe it could be a jump scare prop, which I'm really hoping it is. I am really, really, really hoping that it is, because this is just a pretty like darn cool animatronic, because the whole concept of this thing, it's whack, but it's a good whack. It's an awesome whack. Like, this is just a pretty cool prop in my opinion, and he is retailing for $300, which I will say may be worth it, because I mean, the other handstanding clown, he was pretty freaking huge. Like, he was a pretty tall clown, even though he was like doing a handstand. Like, the way his legs were in the air, like, holy crap, he was big. When I saw him in person for the first time, wowzers, he was huge. Like, he was a big boy. He was big. So hopefully this guy is gonna be big as well. So I would say $300, that's worth it. That has to be worth it. I cannot wait to see this thing in person. All I know is that this thing is gonna be so freaking cool in person. I don't really know. I'm just so excited. I am so excited to see this thing in person. But now moving on to the last two final props in this batch. So moving on, we have another prop that is also on my list. This one, I'm saying right now, I definitely will be getting. The pumpkin creatures or whatever, I'm not sure about them. But this one I am definitely getting for sure. And that is this groundbreaking mummy. I don't really know if you could call him a groundbreaking mummy or like a handstanding mummy. I wouldn't call him groundbreaking, because if he was, he would be like coming out of the ground. This one's holding his whole body up. or his upper torso or whatever. This guy's pulling a Poor George, basically. This looks sick. I love this thing a lot. I don't know what it is. I love it so freaking much. I love the fact that it's a mummy. We don't really get mummies nowadays that much anymore, which I'm just really happy that this is a mummy prop. I'm just really happy that they actually pulled it off so well. It just looks so freaking cool. I love the way the face looks. I love just the whole overall look of this thing. The animation is just him like tilting his head, which, I mean, that's all right. That's all right. I would say that's a pretty good animation for what he is. His eyes light up, but I cannot just get over how freaking gnarly and cool his face looks. Like the teeth, the tongue, just the whole like face is just so freaking cool. Like, and the layers among layers of just stuff that he's wrapped in is just so freaking cool. I literally have nothing else to say but good things about this prop. He is just so freaking cool. And the cool thing about this guy, he is $100. Now I know he's only 3 feet tall, but he's only $100. The other 3-footers are like 130. This guy's only 100. That is amazing. This one I definitely with a burning passion will be getting. I definitely will be getting this prop. He is so gnarly and sick. I cannot wait to see him in person. I cannot wait until he's available. I will literally be buying him in a heartbeat because of how cool he is. Okay, maybe not in a heartbeat, but like whenever he is available, I will purchase him because, again, he's just a sick prop. He is so freaking cool. But moving on with the final animatronic in this batch, we have the pumpkin monster, or the pumpkin scarecrow monster. I don't really know. I don't have a really official name for this guy, but it's a pumpkin monster, which has a twist that I freaking love so much. His right hand is replaced with a freaking pitchfork. Holy crap, is that amazing. This is a freaking awesome scarecrow prop. I love every single thing about this guy. Now, I know the animation or the motion on this guy is a little bit odd. So this prop does have head movement and mouth movement like any other Halloween prop, but the weird odd thing is, or the odd thing is, I don't know why I said weird odd thing. I mean, it is a weird odd thing. I don't know, it like came out of my mouth weird. But the odd thing about this is that the hand, like with the pitchfork, it spins like a 360, like it rotates, which when I first saw it, I was like, what? I mean, it's still cool in my opinion. I mean, obviously you can like unplug any wire that like makes that thing spin, which, hey, if I were to get this thing, maybe I would do that. I'm not really sure, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know why they added that. But I think it's all right. It's like something that could be switched off, which is not a big deal. But the overall look of this guy is sick. I love the traditional scarecrow look he has. I love the way the pumpkin face looks because just that smile he has is so menacing. It's so freaking cool. And for some reason, his head looks like all glossy and wet. Like his head just like looks wet, which I'm hoping that this is like a vinyl material because I don't know if you can pull this off with latex. Maybe you could, but I'm hoping that this is a vinyl material because that would be sick. Hopefully this thing's outdoor rated. I've heard rumors that this is an outdoor rated prop, which makes him even like 10 times better. That is sick. Now, this prop is $300, which is definitely a lot. Now, I think I've also heard that this guy's like either 7 feet tall. I mean, I always thought he was like my height, which is like 6'4", or not even like that, but like 6.5 feet. I thought he was at that height, but I think apparently he is at 7 feet tall. I don't know. It's just like the way he's like stanced and the way his like legs look. He looks like that he would be like sort of like a towering prop, which we'll find out eventually, like later down the road once you lead into like the summertime or like the spooky season. But he just looks so freaking cool. I cannot get over how much I freaking love this thing. I mean, if he wasn't $300, I would definitely get him. He doesn't have like a lot going on for $300, but if he's outdoor rated, then I'm just saying maybe I could get him and maybe I can have him in my yard for Halloween. I'm not really sure, but I don't know. He's just so freaking cool. And just like that, we have reached the end of the lineup. So that, oh, my computer is almost dead. But that was the end of the lineup. That was the final batch of Lowe's leaks for this year 2026. Please let me know down in the comments what is your favorite prop from this batch. I will say, in my opinion, Lowe's this year is looking freaking phenomenal. I said it in the last video. I'll say it again because this is just the remainder of the animatronics that we have. They look amazing. They look freaking sick, gnarly, amazing, phenomenal, fantastic. Literally all of the above of positive things. It's looking sick. It is looking cool. Obviously, there are some props here and there that I don't really like. Obviously, like the doll thing, don't really get that. The cotton candy girl, which I will say I was giving hate on. I mean, I still don't really sort of like the look of it, but I'm starting to like it a little bit because the cotton candy in the box, it's still like popped up. Like I always thought that like the cotton candy that she's holding like in the box, it's gonna pop out. But in the other like photos that we've seen, they're still like out of the box. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. And the way her base looks freaking huge. Like she's gonna have like some grand movement. So I'm not really sure about her anymore. I mean, still not a big fan of the look, but it's sort of growing on me a little bit because even though we don't know the animation of it or the motion of it or what it's gonna do, I think I was a little bit harsh on it. So I'm not really sure about that, but the rest of this stuff looks freaking sick. The mummy, I'm definitely getting. The two pumpkin dudes, I really do want to get them. I'm not sure about them if they're like 130 each, because I don't want to go like crazy like spending on them. But that's practically it. I mean, the Pointing Reaper guy, I'm kind of considering getting, but I mean, I'm just saying if they bring back Nightmare Spectre this year, I'll get him instead of the Pointing Reaper because I've always wanted to get Nightmare Spectre. I still want to get him. I am so upset that I missed my freaking chance on getting him. I literally could have got him, but nope. Like I already said, let me know down in the comments what is your favorite prop from this lineup. What do you plan on getting? I'm really interested to know. But until then, this has been me, White the Scarecrow. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out. I literally tied into you again. How are you still leaking?